Let's start with a topic that hits right at the heart of the next-generation console debate: performance. Recently, rumors began to swirl that Grand Theft Auto 6 might target 30 frames per second on consoles. This was quickly followed by an argument, reportedly from a Rockstar Games veteran, that this is a deliberate and necessary trade-off for the unprecedented visual details the game will offer. This raises a critical question that echoes throughout the fanbase. In an era of constant misinformation, any claim from an anonymous source has to be taken with a grain of salt. The skepticism surrounding unnamed insiders is at an all-time high. However, if we set aside the source and focus on the claim itself, it opens up a fascinating discussion about what kind of technological leap would make a 30 FPS lock a worthwhile trade-off for a developer like Rockstar. What kind of visual details could be so demanding? We're likely not just talking about higher resolution textures or better-looking trees. The speculation points towards a level of world simulation far beyond what we've seen before. Imagine a revolutionary AI system where thousands of NPCs are simultaneously running their own unique daily schedules, creating a truly living, unpredictable city. Consider a fully simulated ecosystem in the swamps of Leonida, where predators hunt prey in real time. Think about water and weather physics so advanced they can realistically simulate a hurricane making landfall and dynamically affecting the environment. This is the heart of the debate. It's not just about a number, it's about what that number represents. Is it a sign of hardware limitations, or is it a conscious choice by the developers to prioritize a quantum leap in world simulation over a higher frame rate? This is the central technical dilemma for this generation's most anticipated game. Is it possible to have a truly next-generation dynamic world in 60 FPS performance, or is a sacrifice on one side inevitable? When it comes to Rockstar Games, the line between a simple detail and a cryptic clue is almost non-existent. The developers have a long and storied history of hiding complex messages in the most unassuming places, training their fanbase to become digital detectives. The most famous recent example is the "One Day Will Reveal All" t-shirt from Grand Theft Auto Online. A long string of numbers printed on the shirt was discovered by the community to be a code that, when deciphered, spelled out that exact phrase. A direct and deliberate teaser for the first Grand Theft Auto 6 trailer announcement, hidden in plain sight. This isn't a new practice. Deep within the game files of Grand Theft Auto 5, modders found a hidden texture file containing a number code that, when decoded, spelled out AYHTDBUFTDT-CJ, a direct reference to the iconic line from San Andreas. All you had to do was follow the damn train, CJ. This well-established history of hiding secrets is precisely why the community is now laser-focused on a single detail from Grand Theft Auto 6, showing the numbers 0526. On its own, it could mean nothing. But for a fan base trained by Rockstar to look for deeper meaning, it's a potential clue. The theory is that the date, May 26th, can be broken down into its numbers: 5, 2, 6. Symbolic passing of the torch from Grand Theft Auto 5 to Grand Theft Auto 6. Is it a coincidence? With Rockstar, it's just as likely to be another one of their signature clever nods to the players who dedicate themselves to solving these mysteries. Beyond the speculation about gameplay and story, there's another conversation happening, one that deals in numbers so large they're hard to comprehend: the financial expectations for Grand Theft Auto 6. Recently, analysts predicted the game could make an unprecedented $7.6 billion in its first 60 days alone. To understand if a number that big is even possible, you first have to look back at the colossal success of Grand Theft Auto 5. In 2013, GTA 5 made $1 billion in its first day, a record that still stands as one of the biggest entertainment launches of all time. But the real story is its longevity. For over a decade, the game has continued to sell millions of copies every few months, generating billions more in revenue. It's not just a game, it's a financial juggernaut. The key argument for Grand Theft Auto 6 surpassing this is the simple fact that the market is much, much larger now than it was in 2013. The number of current generation consoles in homes has grown significantly, and the industry-wide shift to digital downloads means there are fewer physical supply constraints on launch day. Then there's the hype. The anticipation for Grand Theft Auto 6 is arguably greater than for any entertainment product in history. After a 12-year wait, the pent-up demand from a massive global audience is astronomical. This is why that $7.6 billion figure, while eye-watering, is considered a very real possibility. It's a discussion that signifies that GTA 6 is poised to be not just the biggest game launch, but potentially the biggest entertainment launch of any kind ever. And for our final segment, we're moving from billion-dollar predictions to perhaps the most granular and specific fan request imaginable: the return of a single tree. That's right. A major point of discussion recently was a sincere hope that a specific gnarled tree model, one that has appeared in both Grand Theft Auto 5 and Red Dead Redemption 2, will make its return in Grand Theft Auto 6. On the surface, this seems absurd. But this conversation isn't really about a tree. It's a perfect symbol of the community's current state, which has been described as the default for the past several months. It represents a fan base that has so thoroughly analyzed every major leak and trailer that they have now turned their collective analytical power onto the smallest possible assets. Every rock, every cloud, and yes, every tree is being examined for clues about the game's design philosophy. This specific tree, having been in 2 previous major titles, has become a sort of unofficial mascot for Rockstar's world building. For some, its return would be a comforting sign of continuity, a familiar piece of the developer's artistic signature. So there you have it. From the technical anxieties of the 30 FPS debate and the cryptographic search for hidden clues to the staggering financial predictions and the microscopic focus on a single tree, these are the conversations that define the wait for Grand Theft Auto 6. They are all symptoms of the same thing: a passionate, dedicated, and sometimes desperate community doing its best to stay connected to a world they can't wait to explore. It's a unique and fascinating moment in gaming history, and the speculation will only get more intense from here. Thank you for joining me on this deep dive with Flash Tales. Let me know your own thoughts on these topics in the comments below. We'll see you in the next one.